All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Salt Lake City Gaming Con League of Legends tournament here in 2019. I am here, your host, Revenite. Joined with me on the other side here, I got Log. Log, how you doing, man?
So good. I am so happy to be here. It's so packed, and we're going to get some good games gone the way.
Absolutely. So we got 8 teams signed up today, which is awesome. 40 players are going to be in this tournament. We're going to start off with 2 separate brackets, all round robin, best of ones, and that's going to determine seeding for the knockout stage. It's going to be quarterfinals, best of 3, semifinals, and then finals, best of 5. So we're going to have a lot of games of League of Legends for you guys today. I'm personally pretty excited over there. First of all, we got a shout out over to the Microsoft booth. They were very kind to help loan out 10 of their PCs to help out with this tournament. So thank you so much over the guys at Microsoft. And then also, we have to thank one of our sponsors for the convention as well. We got Wild Bill's Old-Fashioned Soda Pop Company right here. This is one of their signs. Feel free to check them out at their venue. And yeah, so one of the first matches that we got here today on stream for you guys is going to be Teriyaki Boys going up against Cap2. Now, we've seen Teriyaki Boys play in our leagues very, very often. These are definitely one of the teams that are, in my opinion, one of the harder teams to beat. These guys are very competitive. They're part of a mixture of the varsity and the JV team for the University of Utah Esports team. So these guys are very competitive. They play together a lot. So I'm looking to see some really great things coming out of Teriyaki Boys. However, we got Cap2 on the other side. What do you think about Cap2?
Cap2, I haven't seen too much about him, but I do know that competitions like this bring in like the very best of the best, or the very worst of the worst. You know, you don't really know what you can get. And that's like kind of the fun of the tournament. You don't really know what to expect, so you can't prepare too much for it. So it's going to really provide a really entertaining match for both teams, especially for Cap2 to come in and kind of take on this, like what we already know as Teriyaki Boys, how well they can play, see if they can challenge an organized team of what we have in our organization here, and see what they can match up with, what they can bring out, see if they know about the patch too well, or if they're just having fun for this. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out.
Absolutely. So we're just waiting for all the teams to get set up there. They're going to have a little bit to set up their mice, set up their hotkeys, make sure that everything works, that there's no issues or anything like that. Yeah, so we're just waiting for them. Once we get the go-ahead, we'll get right into the pick and ban phase here. It is tournament draft, so we have 5 bans on each side and 5 picks on each side as well. So it's going to be really interesting. We start off with blue side getting the first priority ban, red side gets 2, and then priority pick for blue side. And it's a really interesting dynamic when it comes to pick and bans, at least here for League of Legends. What do you think about it?
I really think, especially with this patch right now with 9.12, I believe 9.13 is what we're on. We seeing there's a lot of spicy picks, both in like esports play, the high level play, and then just in general solo queue. We've got crazy picks in the bot lane. We've got Pyke. We've got
Pyke's been a monster in the bot lane.
He can go bot lane. He can go top mid. He honestly can go wherever he needs to be.
Yeah.
He's still really dominant, even though they nerfed him a little bit. He's still high priority. And then you got the Sonatera combo. They have their spin-offs on the Sonatera combo. There's so many ways you can play the game right now in patch 9.13.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what's great about League of Legends, that it's constantly changing to the detriment of itself sometimes. Some of the patches that have come out in the past, we all kind of shake our heads at the Relic Shield meta. Oh gosh, that was a time to be alive, you know.
Oh,
but
what a day.
Yeah, some of the highlight picks for me as well is bot lane still looks relatively strong the later the game goes, especially once it gets past like 25 to 30 minutes. 80 carries are looking really, really strong right now. I mean, you got my personal favorite, Tristana, who looks like an absolute monster. You can also see Tristana being played mid. I don't know if you've been watching Shifter at all, but Shifter's been trying out Tristana mid, and you know, a lot of people are playing Cutie Pie, or not Cutie Pie, Tristana. Including Cutie Pie, actually. He's been spamming Tristana on his own ladder for quite some time. So Tristana, to me, is looking like a pretty solid 80 carry pick, so I'm wondering if she either gets priority ban or she gets first picked or something like that. Also, Nautilus has been creeping in, not only in the mid lane, but also in the bottom lane as well. Nautilus is looking really strong. And Lux support as well has made it into the meta as well. So that's been really interesting.
Yeah, it's really hard to like see where to go in this patch of like what's going to be good, because there's so many options. But yeah, Lux support's been huge. Going Aftershock and the Guardian actually makes it surprisingly tanky. As far as bans go, expect to see a lot of bot lane bans. Even Tom Kench right now, even though with like the nerfs they've done to him, he's still like a dominant top laner. He's still so crucial to have in the bot lane.
Absolutely.
And jungle specifically, you gotta look out for Sejuani right now. She is also just hard to really like either not pick or ban. It's just she's so good. She's got the hard CC. She's so tanky. She's got the right amount of engage to make something happen. It's just the whole package right now. And so
Absolutely.
I'd expect to see a lot of Sejuani, if not her, banned in this tournament, just because of how good she is in just all platforms to play in this game.
Well, I think that's definitely enough talk, at least for now. We're going to get right into picks and bans. So if we can go ahead and get the 2 players started into picks and bans, we'll get started on that one, and we'll see what exactly each team decides to draft against each other. So I'm really excited to see what happens there. So if our teams can go ahead and get started on that. I think he's listening. I don't know. We'll see. Saw that. I knew where that was.
Wait just a bit here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Oh, here we go.
Alrighty, so here we go right into the pick and bans here. Now, Teriyaki boys, they do have priority being able to get the blue side ban there, like we mentioned before. So we'll see what that first ban is. In my opinion, it could go anywhere. It can go in jungle lane, like you said earlier. Jungle has been a pretty top priority here. Instead, they're going to go ahead and ban out Zoe.
Zoe's really interesting. Definitely still a powerful pick. Obviously not as prioritized as other picks, but still Zoe's pretty devastating in the mid lane. Very hard to play against with the Sleepy Bubble trouble. Yeah, you could bring the cleanse and everything, and the Quicksilver Sash, but overall it's better to get off the table. They don't want to deal with that cheese. And Mordekaiser also off the board as well. Brand new rework, and she is devastating in the solo lanes. Can bring them into the Shadow Realm and just destroy them. Doesn't matter who it is.
Back to the Shadow Realm, and there's the Tom Kench ban that you were talking about earlier. Top lane Tom has been super oppressive, and I'm not surprised that they decided to ban it out. I mean, yeah, sure, Rain would have been amazing on that Tom Kench pick, but he might also not be comfortable playing it, possibly going up against it, or maybe that's just not a priority first pick for them just yet. So, Tom Kench ban, pretty obvious. The Yasuo ban, though, looks like somebody doesn't like Yasuo very much.
He's a hit or miss champion. You're either God tier with him or you're not at all with him. That's just how it is. It's on or off, and even if you get shut down in lane, you can still find a way. If you know what you're up to as a Yasuo player, you can still find a way back into the game by picking up a great team fight. So it's good to, you don't know who these players are when you're facing them. So just get rid of all that stress that champion can bring out.
So Yuumi is the instant pick here. Now I was talking to Physics a little bit about that yesterday. A lot of people really like Yuumi. Yuumi's been using a lot of different compositions. One of the compositions that he was talking about, kind of as a joke, we were kind of just joking around about it, was Yuumi and on-hit Rammus.
Yuumi on-hit Rammus. Wow.
The fastest little turtle, the spike turtle that you'll ever see, and it's on it. They're doing it. I can't believe they're actually doing it. On-hit Rammus with Yuumi. That's
all
nuts.
right.
They're actually doing it.
It's got to have some merit to it. I mean, Yuumi is a very, very safe, dominant pick right now. You see her a lot in pro play. She's either banned or played. Just the free damage that she can get off in the early game, and just how smart you can use the jump around. I don't know. Yuumi's just a really smart champion to pick right now. A little bit of a risk, but the payout's way better than what you're risking.
Absolutely. So Karma is locked in there as well. We have Alawi being hovered for the next ban. Or no, Alawi was locked in for top lane, wasn't it? Yeah. So we got Alawi, Kane, Victor. Victor, pretty strong in the early game. Gets stronger as later the game goes. Alawi on the other end, that's another one of those kind of like hit or miss champions. I think we have maybe an Alawi one trick, or someone who's really comfortable on Alawi. Now, if you let her get into the late game and she can get her items, then yeah, she can be a little bit of a problem for sure, especially if she gets a little bit of a gold lead here. But we have Sivir taken away. That's a good 80 carry ban. Sivir's very, very popular, especially if they're going to be doing the speed Yuumi Rammus build.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, take out the Sivir. That's totally fine. Aatrox gets banned out as well. Reigns, Aatrox, I've seen his Aatrox before and I love it. And Aatrox has gotten pretty good recently, getting a couple of changes. One of the changes that I'm still hit or miss on was the change to his ultimate. No longer the get out of jail free. I'm just going to slowly res. He has to get a kill and an assist now in order to be able to get that. However, the amount of self-healing that he can get if he hits his abilities is nuts.
And as we move into the next ban, it's the
team Hecarim jungle, still very oppressive despite some of the nerfs that he's been receiving in the jungle lane. I mean, Conqueror just like definitely saved that champion, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, sure, you could always get Predator and, you know, just one-shot somebody if you wanted to, but Conqueror is the best one. So we have a Jinx hover.
Jinx is an
Makes
interesting
sense.
pick.
Yeah, Jinx is a very good late game AD carry against someone like Varus. I mean, both
Definitely has
carries
the
will scale
potential.
really well into the late game. Varus does have his chains that he can use to lock down Jinx if he wants to. However, he does have a Karma with him though, so it's gonna be no, it's gonna be Yuumi actually. So it might be a little bit difficult to be able to catch him, but we'll see. Karma mid, Zach being hovered for the jungle there for Teriyaki boys.
Zach would be an interesting pick. I could definitely.
Cassiopeia. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so it's going to be, well, it's obviously going to be Rammus jungle. Cassiopeia is going to go into top lane. Interesting team composition that they drafted for this on-hit speed Rammus build that they're trying to go with.
I can't imagine where. So I think it might be Jinx and Yuumi in the bot lane. Karma's going to go top. She's going to be a little more sustained, just kind of hold the lane down, not meant to win it too hard or to make anything huge happen. And then again, Cassiopeia just for that lane dominance, if they can get it. Nautilus is that last pick for Cap12. We talked about the Nautilus. It should definitely make Jinx and Yumi's time a little bit more difficult because he's got the hard CC.
Nautilus is your one button press engage tool, and they have two of them now. You know, Varus can press R, Nautilus can press R. They're looking to try and engage these guys and not give them a chance to be able to prepare that perfect flank from Rammus coming in at 60 miles an hour from behind.
Especially with the sped up Yuumi, I'm sure they're gonna get Shirelias in there. They're gonna do whatever they can to get that Rammus. It's like unstoppable. They'll have Predator as well. There aren't really a lot of answers for stopping the Rammus other than hitting the Varus ultimate and the Nautilus. But if they're not around for say a gank in the top lane or a play in the mid lane, this might be a really good turnout for our Teriyaki boys here. And now we head into that spectator delay, which we always love just so much. Now we just get more time to
absolutely. So while we wait for unfortunately, even at a live event, there's nothing that we can do about the 3-minute spectator delay. Unfortunately, the client that allows you to be able to spectate games live, unfortunately, is exclusively for Riot and their official Riot LAN events. So that's Pro League, that's the collegiate scene. That's also like Rift Rivals international stuff. Like they're the only ones that are allowed to use a client without stream delays. So we're just trying to deal with it the best we can, which it ends up working out fine, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all used to a 3-minute delay by now anyway, so it'll be really interesting to see how both of these two teams kind of match up against each other. Going into this Teriyaki boys, definitely drafting what I think is a very suboptimal. It's going to be very challenging to make that work, but at the skill level that they are, I think they can pull it off. But Cap2 is not going to make it easy for them.
No.
I mean, Cap2 drafted a very aggressive team fight in your face composition. Like, as soon as they get hit level 6, I'm looking to see them group together and really start pressing some of those objectives before, Teriyaki boys can get. And as long as they can survive in the solo lanes, my money is going to be on Cap2.
Yeah, and I'm really interested more importantly to see how it's going to go down in the top lane. It's going to be Karma versus Alawi, 9.13. I believe Alawi did receive some buffs.
She did, yeah.
I think she has a magic damage ratio now. So I'm going to be really curious, to say the least. It will maybe present a problem to Rammus, who's going to ideally build armor.
I mean, Rammus is kind of difficult to gank with. I mean, he's got a speed buff. Yes, he's got his taunt, but first he's got to be able to get close enough to somebody. And, Nautilus is not going to make that necessarily easy. As long as Nautilus, body blocks for Varus, they're not going to be able to lock Varus down very easily. And that's going to be, a very big question, too. Will they be able to position their carries properly to not allow Teriyaki boys to be able to get that easy, Rammus flies and ignores everybody else and just taunts your carries, So I'm definitely curious to see how Teriyaki boys is going to pull this composition off. It's not looking really good from the tournament. I think they got out drafted a little bit, but it all does come down to what happens on the Rift.
Yeah, I think, especially in a tournament like this, they want to showcase what they have to offer, and they had to have played test this before. They're not. I'd be really shocked if it was the first time seeing, so I'm sure they have some form of game plan to deal with at least some sort of problem with their comp. So
well, they have a winning lane and top lane at least. I mean, Cassiopeia is going to definitely be able to harass and bully Alawi, and Alawi, I mean, she's going to struggle against that. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see what is going to happen here. We got plenty of games for you guys coming in today. We got to get through the entire round robin. That's going to be like, each team plays 3 times just to get the seeding? Yeah. So it's going to be a long day, so buckle up. We're going to be here for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
I hope your voice is ready because mine certainly is.
Let's do it.
All right, first of all, I do want to shout out to a couple of the cosplayers that we have here in the audience. The Ari over there looking fine. We had Soldier 76 down here too. I really like her outfit. I got a picture with her earlier. She was awesome. And then we have Annie over here too. Always adorable. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the effort that you guys put into your outfits. You guys look fantastic. So thank you guys. Just want to shout that out really quick. So, yeah. Okay, sorry.
All right.
Any other closing thoughts, Log?
Other than that, it's super good to be here. I really think that we're gonna have some really awesome games. I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna just be provided with this like some high-level gameplay, at least in some form of way, whether it be top side, bot side, overall gameplay, team fights. I think each of these teams really want to prove something, to really make a name and just have fun in this tournament. And we're gonna already get started in the game here.
Absolutely. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get this one started here. And it looks like so far everyone's just, forming up around the river bush there as, standard. No cheeky invades just yet.
Yep, they're lining themselves up to where no one can really invade without someone else knowing about it. No one's going to really go for the invade, though. They don't want to go too crazy. They know where their strengths are. It's definitely not in the early game for Teriyaki boys. Not really for Cap 12 either. So they're just going to, play a little game of chicken, but maybe a little bit of action.
A little bit of cheekiness going on over there. Our observer's messing around with the mouse there. There we go. We should be fine now. But yeah, just a little bit of establishment of dominance there as Victor eats a barbecue. But you know what? It's gonna happen.
It happens from time to time, and just
all
fill
right,
it
so
up.
we have a red side start here for Kane. Usually Kane starts Raptors, but I guess you can start red as well. But I'm used to seeing Kane starting Raptors first, not necessarily getting a leash. Gets that early level 2, goes over, takes the red buff, and then starts ganking almost immediately after that one. So we'll see. We'll see. In this case here, it's the
Oh, we got a little
Alawi
bit
has
engaged.
red. That's interesting. Was that intentional?
Maybe. I can't imagine what the Karma could really do. I think just to set him back, and you already see the damage to kind of put down. And oh, wait a minute, Alawi has red buff.
I think that's definitely. It's risky, not because not to give that over to your jungler. It makes sense though, because that gives Alawi the early level 2 as we just seen. So now she has a little bit of pressure here. But I mean, Rain's just demolishing her in that top lane. They're already dropping her down to half health here.
Yeah, the
and
dominance.
She's eating so much damage. Yeah, it's Karma actually in the top lane and Cassiopeia in the mid lane there. So that's oops. We didn't see that coming.
They're going for that. They're going for the sustain. They don't want to. They want to try and just like keep the lane in their side, in their favor. And Alawi does kind of struggle a little bit in the early, and you can already kind of see even with the red buff, she's struggling just to kind of make the trades happen. She's doing what she can, but overall, it's going to pretty much be like this for the majority of the game until Alawi gets that gank or just starts popping off, makes an outplay somewhere along the map, and a little bit of engage here.
Oh my gosh, he forces the flash out of Victor there, and that will be a flash down for that Victor. It's not going to be the best situation there. Victor's going to have a whole lot of escape tools that are available to him, but that's like Eviction's just a monster in that lane too.
We move on a little bit of engage. Alawi having to back off just a bit, knowing that they can't quite fight that. Okay. And okay. In the bot lane, pretty average so far. Just a little bit of a gank. Rammus going rolling in. She's low health. There's a taunt. They can't flash out, and she's first blood going over to Karma. Rain will take that for himself, and another engage on the bot side. Varus is on the run, hitting with that slow. He's running. He's flying. Nautilus is taking everything he can. He will find the hook. He's going to go back in. He thinks he can do it, but the heal is just too much. And there's the last there. Okay. Oh, the flash will miss. That was so close, but not going to connect. So well played. They're looking for the damage. They can get those free Qs off thanks to Yumi. They're thinking about they want to stay it out. Kane is nearby. There's a hit on the W. And they're going to continue pressuring this tower. They want to make something happen. Kane is here to make a play, and there he is, going to engage. Going to try and capitalize on their over-aggression. Misses the Dread Blind, but Rammus already on the mid side. There's so much TC on the Victor. He cannot get out of this. He will fall to eviction. And now the bot side still on this little bit of a skirmish, and looks like everyone's just going to back off for the red side. Cap 12, knowing they can't fight this any longer, just going to try and handle this wave as the best they can. But Teriyaki boys making some spicy moves already in the early game. They have the Rammus. They're making what they can. They making what they can happen towards the Victor.
And now mellows down a little bit more. Rammus is going to back. Had a few successful ganks. Look at that. The sustain from Yumi is just so dang good. Her E right now. Oh, wait. Oh, caught Yumi under the tower with the Dredge Vine. He's going to jump back to Jinx, though. Getting caught out. Kitty found the fishy, kind of.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hi. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't leave you all by yourself for too long.
No, but you missed a little bit of action.
Yeah, Teriyaki Boy's got themselves a couple of kills relatively early into here. That's who we expected, though. Like we mentioned earlier, Teriyaki Boy's definitely a very impressive, very strong team. Easily, possibly one of the stronger teams that are in the tournament right now. And they're definitely showing it here as so far, both of the solo lanes have already gotten themselves kills here. And we do see Rain actually. Rain takes down the Hello Ghetto first. In that 2v2, in that 1v1 there, actually. So yeah, Karma definitely being very impressive to that Alawi. We mentioned that earlier. Alawi definitely needs some help in order to be able to beat out either Karma or what we thought earlier was going to be Cass, but it's Karma. So great job by Rain in making that lane turning that lane into exactly what it was designed to do, a winning lane for Teriyaki Boys. So it's unfortunate for Cap2 that in that top lane is struggling really hard here. But we saw this one coming from Picks and Bans.
And you kind of see the Sheen's already coming out, but the gank already coming in from Kane. He's going to continue fighting this. He's going to look for something they can get. They're trying to get any CC they can onto Rain, and they're going to try and fight. They're not going to. That's actually going to Rain pushing them back.
Though. He's got that Sheen every single time he uses an ability. He gets that empowered auto attack there. And that, two melee champions going up against a range champion that has a speed boost and a shield and a slow and a what else does she need, right? She just needs like a teleport or something like that in there.
Oh, and there's a flash, the ultimate. Victor, caught under tower, not a place he wants to be. Unranked to Wood 5, here he comes. He's got smacked by Cassiopeia.
Just ate the miasma there. He still doesn't have flash for a few more seconds, so a great job by Eviction, to really capitalize on the fact that he forced that burn earlier. And just unfortunate for the soul lanes here for Cap2 so far. It's just the individual skill of the mid laner for Teriyaki Boys and the top laner, as we are seeing right here. As the ultimate gets thrown down, but it isn't going to be enough. The self-healing is actually, they keep them alive for a little bit, and they do get the trade there. They do take down Rammus and Alawi. Getting a trade over in that top lane, that's huge for Cap2.
Thank goodness they picked up something for that Alawi. You got to be careful. The 1v3s, they deceptively look possible against Alawi, but Alawi can turn it around so easily with that ultimate. It just makes fighting so much easier. When she has the tentacles, you gotta outplay her, you gotta outrun her, and apparently they were the killer, but in the process losing their life, and that might be a gold lead, or a little bit of gold going over them. It's still the gold lead going for Teriyaki Boys by a solid 4,000 or so, give or take a few.
Absolutely. So far it is 5-1 here. We do have quite a lead here as Varus gets taken down really, really low. There doesn't did he burn his flash? I think he burned his flash.
Oh, Victor's falling
but
dangerously
Victor's
low.
just gonna chase them down into the dirt. He just does not care anymore, and that is gonna be another kill there. And Yumi does kill Varus as well. And so far it's just looking like a little bit of a disaster for Cap2, but not too late yet. They can still come back into this as long as they can stop the bleeding here. But Nas gets taken down pretty low here. One more auto attack comes out, but he will be able to get out alive just barely. And so far, Teriyaki Boys just all over Cap2.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, you really hate to see it where Kane's is doing everything he can to kind of keep up with the lane dominance of each and every individual Teriyaki Boy on the squad. But it's just so much. I mean, you can't stop the Cassiopeia anymore. Victor's just too weak at the moment. He doesn't pop off until later, and he doesn't even have his first item. He's got sword boots, that's about it. And the tier of the gods is stacking up bigger and bigger. Bot side, Jinx and Yumi, they're technically, I mean, it could go both ways, but with the Varus and Nautilus, you're expected to kind of win that matchup, and since they're not getting anything at all out of that matchup, it's kind of, where do you go from there at that point? Varus and Nautilus need to really step up the game, find the outplays, because there is potential. You could catch out the Yumi. Very easy to kill, but you got Engage coming in.
Oh, but here we go. We got a flash engage, and the ultimate time to change DC is more than enough to take down Victor, and this could also be a kill over to the Kane as well. Does use the ultimate to get out. Is it going to be enough to kill him? No. Looks like he's not going to stay just to get that one. An eviction with a twin face and then taken down as well. And that will be more fighting going on in the top lane right here. Alawi taken down to just above half HP. And with the completed Iceborne Gauntlet, that is not good for Alawi. Face is not going to be enough for her.
No, it is. she's got a long way to go in order to catch up to both the jungler and the top laner, that her lane opponent, to even make something happen. They're going to try and get some damage, but I mean, the amount of sustain that this Karma has with the shielding, the corrupting potion, there's a lot of dominance coming in. They just those lanes that can dominate each lane. The weakest would be the bot side, of course, with Jinx, and you know they're doing pretty well with the Yumi. That's the safety that she brings to the table. It's
absolutely. I mean, this lane is already oppressive for the beginning. I mean, Yumi is so annoying with that poke ability. It's just the fact that it can dance around and gets more damage the longer that it travels as well. Especially like if when it hits you as an AD carry, it's painful. And like the higher look at that. Right there, perfect example is just the abuse that Yumi has, like the abuse of power that Yumi has in lane there, sets up the easy ultimate for Crash Cart, and Jinx just takes him down, and I mean that's just Yumi right there. The hook comes out from Nautilus there. I don't think he wanted to throw that out, does force the flash there, but it gets taken down anyways from the burn there. I think that was like a couple of minions there, actually, the minion auto attack taken down, so that's really unfortunate for him, but that's 2 very quick kills there for Teriyaki Boy's bot lane.
yeah, and there's not really much of a response they can do other than blue side now getting dragged, and Teriyaki Boys will pick that up, and it's a fire Drake for them. And now here we go, Cap2 now on the other
look
side.
at the kiting there, staying alive for so long, and actually gets the turnaround there, gets the slow, not the stun, the taunt's gonna be more than enough there, and the turnaround in the mid lane there for Teriyaki Boys. I mean, the snowball has started, but how big has it gotten already?
She turned that around so fast. Bot side was already roaming up with Rammus as it was. It was already kind of, they already knew what was happening. They were just immediately going for it. Now that's a free dragon, no matter what, uncontestable. The amount of reaction from Teriyaki Boys was so clean right there, and turned a very desperate situation from Cassiopeia, kind of, to for sure win. And now Cassiopeia very unkillable at this moment. She can 2v1, hang in there until her team arrives with Rammus, having Predator, having that speed. It won't take long. The engages are tough to find. The picks are even harder for Cap2. It's not over for them. They still have a way in. They have the Nautilus, they have the Dredge line, they have the burst potential from Varus, from Victor. Kane can even pick off Jinx or Yumi as well if he gets the opportunity to, depending on what he goes. I'd imagine he'd go Red Kane in this scenario, but
I mean, that is the question. Is it too late for their extremely effective team fighting composition to be able to deal enough damage to burst somebody down fast enough before they're able to turn around? I mean, we saw the amount of damage that Eviction has already, able to stay alive in that mid lane, despite the fact that he got ganked by the jungler for Cap2. And also over top lane as well, you have Rain, who is more than comfortable taking on disallowing. And I mean, that's going to be the question that I'm going to be wondering for Cap2. Is it too late? Is the hole too deep for them to be able to crawl out of? Because they do have the stronger team when it comes to forcing engages, right? But the early game just did not go their way, and that raises some questions for me.
yeah, they have a lot of. We're going to a little bit of engagement
another
with the
fight
teleport.
here. It's already interrupted a lot. We have the teleport coming in. Addiction does take down Victor. Drakkar gets himself a killing spree as well as he takes down the Nautilus there, and that will be the turnaround there. They try to force an engage there. Instead, they get teleported on. Rain there immediately does harass the jungler as well, and that will became being forced to get up, back off a little bit there. And I think that's going to be an easy ritual take, but here we go. We got a little bit of a turnaround here. But again, here is the damage. We have enough damage. Varus is brought down really low. Rain turns it around, actually kills the Varus there, and the Cap2 is just running for their lives here. Kane now uses the exploding plant to get himself out of the way there. Rammus is just chasing him down. He's just like, come here.
Running him down at this point. Rolling him over, if you could say. But, wow, even with the pick right there, they had the numbers advantage, but the damage just wasn't there. And they paid the price. The control is so real for Teriyaki Boys. They have that entire river is all theirs. They own that. That is their property now. This is Cap 12 in foreign
can they
land.
get the kill here? Whoa, no, they decide not to continue that one. Rain able to get out there with a sliver of health and that shield that unfortunately for Cap2, the turret went down just before the last minion died, and they weren't able to get the extra turret damage there. But the fact that Rain made it out there alive and that they weren't confident enough to try and chase him down to finish that kill, Cap2 are not feeling very confident right now, which, makes sense. 16-1. Teriyaki Boys have that Infernal Dragon. The goal lead is substantially in the favor of Teriyaki Boys.
Yeah, and at this point, the best thing Cap2 can do right now is just like a farm up go for what they can. They for sure know they can get. They can get to the jungle camps. They can get the waves when they push up towards them. They can't really push toward the tower until they see, so they get some vision control down and like catch out Teriyaki boys on another side of the map so they can take the bot side turret maybe. They got to make a play somewhere. They got to be proactive in some way, shape, and form. Because if they continue to just kind of take it as it is, then it's going to be a very swift victory for Teriyaki boys.
Absolutely. So they do have all of their outer turrets down at the almost the 15-minute mark there. So definitely Teriyaki boys focusing on that objective. And Hookahs come out from Nautilus. The ultimate does miss though. However, Nautilus is going to back off there. Rain comes in from the flank there, but Varus is taken down so low by Eviction. And Cassiopeia is just going to kite this one out. She's going to keep moving, getting the speed boost from the twin fang there. Gets the triple there. Is this going to be the quadra kill, the 1v4 from Cassiopeia? And absolutely is Eviction, the monster, gets himself the quadra kill, 1v4.
Wow. No, it wasn't just
wow,
like.
yeah. what else do you
What do you say
Wow.
to that? The damage. He's 10-0 right now. Before that, obviously 6-0. But she's got that. He's got the Seraph's Embrace, the Morals Nomicon. So the amount of sustain that Cap2 could have made was gone already from the begin with. Their health bars are dropping, so she just had to kite it around. She knew that she had the Seraph's Embrace, which I don't think she even used.
I don't think she used it either, no.
I think it was just like, just hang out just in case. She was just so confident in her ability to like move around, slow them. They know that they're stuck in that miasma, so they're trapped. This is really well played, knowing the strength of the chance to be as a champion. There's another victim to Crash Car here.
And here comes another turret dive there as well. Rammus is going to be able to pick that one up relatively easily there. Not even phased by that turret there. Karma's going to be able to finish this one down. That will be a little bit of farm missed out and more gold going over towards Teriyaki boys. So, I mean, you guys are seeing it here live, folks. This is definitely Teriyaki boys going all the way here. So it's just a matter of time before Teriyaki boys are just knocking on the door of Cap2. I mean, what else can you do? They have to be engaged if they lack the damage. They need to stall this game out, and it's just Teriyaki boys just not giving them room to breathe.
Exactly, and here we go, another engage. He's taunted, he's gone though. There's no one around to help him. And even if there were, they can't fight them as it is. They gotta literally go for the 1v5 on one of the Teriyaki boys players. There's no way. At least they gotta catch out Yuumi. They gotta catch out Karma. Maybe they're the only two champions I can think of that could definitely. Maybe even Jinx too if they got the hard to see with Nautilus. That's the only way I can see them being any form of like bounty pickup. Because there are pretty big bounties coming in for Teriyaki boys. They have a lot of gold to break in if they do get that kill, if they find that. But then another Infernal Drake will go over to Teriyaki boys, making the damage just that much more devastating. Obviously the first one's very crucial, but now that second one's going to double that.
I mean, having two with
scary.
the team that's playing like this right now. The double's done there. That's going to be an easy kite there for you, Victor. So fast as soon as that twin fang goes down. They do try to get the re-engage on there, but here comes the Seraph's Embrace there as well. Kane is all by himself there. Kite is so much, and that is going to be it for Kane. Tried his best, but the rest of the team too low and not close enough to be able to help him out to be able to finish that kill there. At least they popped the Seraphs though.
They did, and going in for another engage, they want to make it happen. They got the final chapter.
And there they go again. The Yuumi ultimate comes out again, and look at all the damage there. The rocket comes out from downtown, takes down one. Another member of Cap2 goes down. The double kill coming in for Crash Guard. Hits the slow. They're not done yet. That will be the ace for Teriyaki boys. Cap2, they're falling apart.
And now with this, the death timers are pretty large. They have their jungler up. Kane is alive. Not much to do in this scenario. I don't want to like downplay his actions, but at the end of the day, they can't fight this monstrosity that Teriyaki boys have built up for themselves. They're going to take an inhibitor for sure. They might take a Nexus Tower if they want.
Be nice, business. Come on, man. The disrespect there, the throwing out the taunt there, because everybody knows you can see it there. It's just all fun and games there, but it's good to see that Teriyaki boys are at least having fun with it. But that is the first inhibitor going down there. We're not even at 20 minutes yet, and this is just goes to show that Teriyaki boys is completely in the driver's seat, and they are looking to finish the game here soon.
40,000 gold, 41,000 gold now on the side of Teriyaki boys. Cap2, they got a lot of ground to cover. Baron's not even up yet, so they can't even go for the potential Baron steal. However, we'll be up soon. Maybe they can hold out long enough to make that happen. That's like their only way in at this point. But even under tower, they're getting him
Here we go. We got another engage there under tower. They do not care to use the Yumi ultimate goes out. Moves a whole bunch of people, and that will be 3 more kills going over towards Teriyaki Boys. The tower goes down. They're going to start knocking at the top lane inhibitor turret as well. The rest of the team is here, but Rammus is just like, hello! And taunts 2 members. They do take down the Varus. He does get stunned up there by the bubble from Victor, but that will be another 8 for Teriyaki Boys. They are taking down that inhibitor. They're probably going to take down the tower. Yep, there goes the tower. The inhibitor is next. I don't think this is the end of the game just yet, but one more loss like that, and it could very well be the end of the game.
They're playing it safe. You know, you gotta. As devastating as this is, they still have that respect for Cap2. You know, they don't want to get outplayed themselves and then.
I mean, look at how much gold is just waiting to be claimed there. If any of them die.
Thousands of gold. The items that could come in would be great. Oh, here
we go. Eviction's going in. 1v2 there. We got the teleport coming in from Karma as well there. He keeps on going, taking turret shots. The Seraph goes down, takes down Victor. He is fighting over that Varus, and Varus gets down the quadra kill. Are they going to be able to get the pentakill one more time? Karma is there to get the jump, but no, he gets shut down there. Oh. And there's the pentakill, the first one of Gaming Con. Congratulations to Rain there. No, Eviction.
Yeah,
I tried.
The snake. Gotta play the snake.
I'm trying to remember everybody's names as best as I can there. But Teriyaki Boys get the first pentakill of the tournament there. Congratulations to them. With 3 members still alive in the huge lead there. Knowledge all by himself gets locked down. CC chains, throws out the ultimate, puts Yumi up and into the air. Here comes the rest of the team, but they do not have the damage, but Teriyaki Boys do. One member will go down. The other one, are they going to keep going? He does not care in the fountain, but they will end the game. He survives the onslaught in the fountain. And that is game going over to Teriyaki Boys. What a blast.
Wow. What a game to say the least, but overall, that was well played by Teriyaki Boys, especially in the draft. I think they had a lot more going on than what meets the eye, and they had so much going for them. They had the Rammus. They had champions kind of not only defend the Rammus, but to encourage the Rammus, like Yumi, for example, with the final chapter combo. There's the end game screen, but
I mean,
very
the stats speak for themselves. I mean, Teriyaki Boys, they did extremely well in the solo lane there, and that just translated to a snowball that was unstoppable there. The draft was solid for Cap2. Unfortunately, the early game just did not go their way, and if you're behind in a team fighting composition, that does not bode well for the rest of your team there. But all right, the first game, one of the first games actually for this round robin stage is completed. We'll be right back in a few minutes while we get the next game set up. We'll get the next teams up on stage, and we got plenty more League of Legends coming your way. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, guys.